Hey, I'm going to talk about the 5 exercises from my single note worksheet that I've put together for some of you. So, exercise 1 sees us play a 0 on the high E string, and it's about the easiest thing you can ever play. Think of it more as an exercise to improve dexterity and coordination than any piece or song that's going to impress your friends. Let's give exercise 1 a go. So it's E, 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 E. That's bar 1. Then we change to the B string and it's still 0, so it tells us to play the string open 4 times. Then bar 3 is back on the E string. And bar 4 is back on the B string. So it's really, really easy, alternating between E and B 4 times on each. Let's try it together. 1, 2, play now, and that's it. Then you hit the end of the piece on the worksheet and you've got a repeat mark. You'd go back to the start and do it again. I've been a bit cruel on the worksheet and suggested doing it 4 times. Why not? Right, exercise 2 starts on the 3rd line from the top. If you work up through elephants and donkeys grow, we get the G string. And again it's zeros, and there's 4 of them. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it goes to the B string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back to the B. So if we break it down, 4 times on the G, 4 times on the B, 4 times on the E, 4 times on the B. Here we go. 1, 2, play now, and to the B, to the E, to the B, with the repeat mark. G, B, E, when you're practicing it, keep those notes nice and even in terms of the duration and the volume. Okay, exercise 3. Ooh, it starts all the way down on the low E string. Then A, then D, then low E. And it's in repeat marks. So, low E, A, D, low E. Repeating 4 times if you can. Now exercise 4 is back on the G string. I know that because it's the 3rd line from the top, the highest line. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use my thumb to pluck this time, rather than a plectrum. 4 times on the E string. And then there's a box with an arrow going to a 2 saying 2nd fret on the G string. So on the G string, 1, 2, 2nd box. And I press down, squeezing down onto the string with the tip of my finger up as close to the fret wire for the 2nd fret as I can get. Yeah, so 4 of them, and then 0 on the B. Oh, and then 3 on the B. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to use my 1st finger there. I want you to try and use your 3rd finger, your ring finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. So exercise 4. 4 times on the G. 4 times on 2 on the G. 4 times on 0 on the B. 4 times on 3 on the B. And repeat. 0 on the B to 3 on the B. Okay, now each of the first 4 exercises have been 4 bars long. The bars are separated by the vertical lines, and they were 4 bars long and then repeated. I can see that exercise 5 on the worksheet is 8 bars long and it stretches over 2 lines. Now we've got some numbers, so that tells me we need to think about frets. We've still got some zeros at the start, 0 on the E, and then 3 on the E, and 0 on the E, and 3 on the B. and 1 on the B, 2 on the B, 3 on the high E, 4 on the high E. Okay, that's a bit trickier, isn't it? Because we've got to use the 4th finger for the 4th fret, and the 3rd finger for the 3rd fret, and the 2nd finger for the 2nd fret, and the 1st finger for the 1st fret. So, exercise 5, 4 zeros on the high E, then 3, 3rd fret, 4 of them, back to the E. Now 3 on the B, etc. I'll play it without talking this time because I know sometimes I waffle over while you're trying to concentrate. Nice and slowly. 1, 2, play now, and... and you'd repeat it when you practice it, because remember, practice makes perfect. Don't worry if at first some of your fretted notes are a bit muted. Try to remember to use the right finger for the right fret, so 1 takes care of 1, 2 of 2, 3 of 3, etc. Get yourself nice and close to the fret wire and try and get a good contact. You might find yourself having to look here to check that hand and here to check that hand, and then trying them together is a bit of a minefield at first, but you've got this. And this is very early days, so be kind to yourself. Try everything more than once. Don't just tick it off and race through it. Try and aim for consistent kind of replication of the parts. Enjoy!